Hi, I'm Luis Ferreira.
Hi everyone, my name is Lara.
Hi, I'm Luis Ferreira. I'm 20 years old. I come from Oporriño, a small town in Galicia, northwest of Spain. I study law in University of Santiago de Compostela, and this year I'm doing my Erasmus year here in Strasbourg. And last year I lived in Santiago de Compostela, but I used to come almost every weekend to my house in Oporriño to see my friends and my family. And as Porriño is very close to Portugal, it's about 15-20 minutes by car. We used to go almost every weekend to Portugal to spend the weekend. And also my grandparents have got a house in Portugal, so we used to go almost every summer to spend summer there in Portugal. And also I have to say, like, between Galicia and Portugal, they have like a very similar culture, so it's good for us to go there. Also in Galicia we have our own language, which is Galician, so it's very easy for us to communicate with Portuguese people. It's very close to language, so we used to go a lot to Portugal. And how COVID affected us about this situation was that after lockdown, borders were still closed, so we couldn't go to Portugal that often. You need to have like a justified reason to go to Portugal, so we couldn't go that often. We have to stop going. And also there were a lot of problems with the town halls, with the towns and the villages near the border, because a lot of like commerce need to be stopped, and like the commerce exchange was stopped for a while, so a lot of shops and all that complained. There was like a big campaign. And yeah, there was like economic problems in the region, and well, they have to stop going. And about how COVID affected student life in Galicia, I think that it didn't affect too much because the university campus are a bit far from Portugal border, so I think that students like could keep on with her student life in everywhere. Also in Santiago is far from the border, so it was good for us. There was no problem. But I know that like in University of Vigo is one of Galician universities, is more like closer to the border. They had some problems because they have some projects with another universities in Portugal. Actually, I know like a girl who studies in University of Oporto, who had problems to be able to come back to Spain and go back to Oporto in Portugal because she's studying Oporto too. It's like a double project thing, and she had problems to come back and go. So yeah, it affected in the situation. Whereas here in Strasbourg, for me, it was like I have more difficulties than in Santiago, because here we have Germany here, and the borders were closed for a while. So for me, I found it difficult to go to Germany. I couldn't. And yeah, so I think here affected like more than in Galicia because of being closer to the border of Germany.
Plan je bil, da se srečamo z domačimi najmanj na 2 meseca, recimo na 3 mesece, po 10 dni, po en teden. Potem se je zgodil pa COVID, potem so se zgodila pa zapiranja meja, potem so se zgodila pa, ne vem, prekinitev letalskih vez, ukinitev določenih, ne vem, letalskih linij in tako naprej. Se pravi, da je treba potovati več ali manj z avtom, ali si pa vzeti za prihod iz ene v drugo državo po ne vem kakšen dan, če gre z avionom. Aviokompanije
so ukinile lete z Ljubljano? Ne, in se ni problem, drugod po svetu nekako laufa, ne, Ljubljana Brnki pa pač te povezave nimajo, ne, in je dejansko oteženo to srečanje z družino, ne. Prej sem prišla domov na vsake 2 meseca po 10 dni, zdaj tega pač ne morem, ne. Se pravi, da sem vezana samo na prevoz z avtom ali kakorkoli, ali pa preko nekih drugih letališč, kar mi vzame ogromno časa, ne. Tudi prehodi meja niso vedno enostavni, ker vsaka država ima neko svojo posebno zakonodajo, sprejema te uredbe, ki veljajo na mesec, 14 dni in se pač tega moraš držati. Se pravi, da mora stalno spremljati, kaj se dogaja, čez katere države bo potovala in na kakšen način bo potovala, ne? In katere dokumente moramo imeti in tako naprej. In PCR teste in tako naprej, ne?
Če vzamemo na primer Belgijo in najno vračanje nazaj, ker tudi posledično vpliva na vse skupaj na službo, je to, da moramo, ne vem, 48 ur pred odhodom iz Slovenije nazaj v Belgijo se najaviti na posebnem obrazcu po internetu, dobiva na dan prihoda v Belgijo odločbo o karanteni, morava se testirati ob prihodu in morava biti v karanteni najmanj en teden,
5 dni, ja.
Ali 5 dni je zdaj, en teden, to še malo premika. Po tem, ko narediva test, lahko greva normalno, negativen seveda, lahko normalno greva iz karantene, če ne mora pa do 10 dni počakati. To samo pomeni, da je treba administracijo prezrihtati, da je treba glede testov se urediti, da je toliko in toliko stroškov več s tem in pač, da se moraš tudi službo zmeniti konec koncev, da si en teden, da delaš od doma, da ne moraš iti normalno, ko se vrneš iz domovine nazaj delati tako, kot je bilo treba. Srečamo po prihodu v Slovenijo pa to možnost, da se nama zaradi najnega statusa pač ni treba testirati in da...
Ker pač paševa pod izjemo.
Ja, in da pač lahko prideva normalno. Druga reč je pa, če spet povežemo s familijo, imamo v domu in je treba pač test narediti zaradi tega, da se ne prenaša okužba.
Tako ja. Zaradi otrok, predvsem zaradi mame, ne.
Hi everyone, my name is Lara and I'm studying civil engineering at the Fachhochschule Northwest Switzerland. But I come from a small town in Ticino. Ticino is the Italian canton of Switzerland. And this is the Swiss-Italian border region. And right behind me you can see the borderline that separates the two countries. And now I'm going to tell you how this pandemic affected the livelihoods in my hometown. I already said I live really close to Italy, and in Ticino normally we have 70,000 Italians that comes every day here only for working. But in this pandemic both of the borders were closed and it became very difficult to cross it. The only way to do it was with permissions. And it was a permission of work. But you could also do it because of healthy reasons. But this is really difficult because, like a Swiss person, I go always to the supermarket in Italy. I go visiting my family, visiting friends, or eating at a restaurant. It became not more possible, and it affected us a lot. It changed our daily routines. One of the problems that we have here in Ticino is that the salaries are much lower in comparison with the other cantons of Switzerland. And that's why we do everything in Italy. We go to the supermarket in Italy. We go to the restaurant in Italy. We go to the cinema in Italy because it's much cheaper. But now that we have to do it in Switzerland, it became difficult for a lot of people. a lot of people have now economy problems. But that's not the only problem. The other one is that a lot of workers are from Italy. A lot of nurses, doctors are from Italy. And now that everything is closed, it becomes difficult coming to Switzerland and work. And that's because here in Ticino we have only one school with close number of inscriptions for nurses. And that are not enough for Ticino. Honestly, I didn't saw a difference between being a EU citizen or not, because every country has made what was better for itself. There was not a country that has decided the rules, the restriction for every country of EU. But everyone saw what was the situation in this country and then has made the rules. Like here in Switzerland. So for me, no difference.
Daddy shark, Daddy shark. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark, do 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 do. Grandma shark. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark, do 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 do. Grandpa shark.